it, but when I saved it, it was actually pretty good. Walt. That's right, fly away. I then made my way to this pottery place, which reminded me why I do YouTube instead of art, and then it was time for a fit check. What am I even doing with this video? Anyway, I was waiting for the illusion to break, but then I realized that nothing really stands out about this phone. I mean, obviously, apart from this thing. And the fact that this phone is really starting to age. And you can tell that by the fact that this still runs on Android 10, which is pretty nostalgic, at least on a OnePlus, because everything is so basic and simple, and that means the same thing. And you'd be surprised because social media, Google apps, and even banking apps work completely fine with the exception of this one camera app. And this thing flies through everything with 90 Hz and barely any lag, and it still gets insanely bright, and content on this phone looks so good without the selfie camera in the way, especially with the black bars on each side. Yep, this looks so good. People on Reddit have tried to keep this phone alive with custom ROMs. This one guy said, OnePlus 7T Pro with custom ROM isn't just a phone, it's an emotion. That's what I'm saying. If I really had to nitpick, the one thing I could say is, when you record video, you can't use the telephoto, and when you actually press start, you can't switch the lenses. Strange. So now the question is, why did they remove this pop-up selfie camera? Funnily enough, I made a short video about this a while ago, so I'm gonna have to go and watch that to get some inspiration. Basically, a moving camera is just another thing to break, because what if sand got in there? What if water got in there? In fact, there's no official rating for any water resistance on this. And based on this teardown video, it takes up a lot of valuable space, which could be used for something else, like the battery, which makes sense because the next year's phone was thinner, lighter, and it had like a 10% bigger battery. Although I'm not really sure about the whole durability anxiety, because there's literally a video of a guy abusing the camera, and there's another guy who completely destroyed the phone, and ironically the only thing alive was the camera. Back then, durability was unproven because it was a new thing, but I feel like now it is proven because it's been so long. In fact, this phone is literally 7 years old. And yeah, the whole mechanism took up some battery space, but now we have silicon carbon batteries and we have so much battery life that I don't think it'd be a problem to take up like a little chunk of space if we really wanted to. And the whole privacy thing about this camera is so cool. Like, you just know that no one's spying on you. I understand why they want to do this. They make the phones simpler, less complicated. That's the same word. But it makes it cheaper to produce, and in the end, it's more practical. But along the way, they make the phone less memorable. Like, who even remembers the OnePlus 9 Pro, or the 10T, or the 10 Pro? Irrelevant. And removing cool things is literally Samsung's hobby, like the microSD card, the headphone jack, the Bluetooth from the S Pen. They even downgraded the S26 Ultra with the display. So basically, the guy on Reddit summarized this pretty well. This phone isn't just a phone. It's an emotion. And I didn't get it at first, but after using it, I think I do. Because this isn't about the specs. You can get better battery, better screen, folding phones, gaming phones, but none of these feel like this does. Feel good. What? This phone was from a time when phones actually had aura. And maybe that's why people don't want to let go of this phone. Not because it's still the best, but because it reminds them of a time when it still was the best. And honestly, I'd pick this over any budget phone out there. It completely destroys everything at this price. But as a main phone, I think time is up. It's not a phone you upgrade to, it's a phone you move on from. And you can move on from this video.